set up perfectly for an A-side split.
Yeah, it's a full 5-on-5 as well. So the CTs are very much ready. 5-7s need to start coming into play. Cypher's Deagle is the first to strike. Thomas next in line. And it's Rez who needs to be careful because the MP9 and his mobility up the ladders could have been a problem. Instead, it's Crucial who's the problem. Coming in from behind, pushing upstairs, recovering the AK. Volt's found conflict with a wallbang through triple. And Rez is all alone, waiting for death, and death will...
But lo and behold, ITB did, and they're running through smokes themselves here on the NIP squad, but they've already been chewed down to simply 2 players remaining. A couple casualties fell on the ITB side, that's sure enough, but no rifles to be retrieved, and Rallen will make sure to collect on the easy ones. No head armor on those guys. Had to go back and check. 28 kills is what he finished with.
Yes. Problems down in the meanwhile, and this is where it's time to farm up the stats. At the same time, trying to make sure that you don't lose too many players. Cypher, the only casualty thus far, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do end up facing a few more with the way things are going. Rather than brought down low and forced away, it is still going to be a relatively safe round. Rez has recovered an M4, but that is the only legitimate threat that should exist.
Yeah, and the bombs dropped top middle, so... has to be recovered at some point or another. Rallen's maintaining vision on that area of the map. You can see that bomb from the window. Oh my days. How quickly it's all crumbled. They distracted long enough for Rez to get his 2 kills with that M4, and Volt, they know exactly where he's positioned, but the kills come in quick. Head Trick didn't have the...
Generally does end up being a very big boost. Very fast up connected though. That's Alexi B. Rollin will be trying to get away and actually manages it somehow, does not fall.
Might have evaded being a casualty, but Volt will not. Even Rallen being tracked down. Crucial's inside the smoke inside a jungle and actually gets caught out from it. No, sorry, bottom middle is where he was trying to be tricky. All of a sudden, Thomas is left alone.
Kills coming out over there, yeah. Alexi B just managing to clutch it all together despite not finding the kill in through connector.
He just didn't stop. Unrelenting.
That is one of the big advantages of the instant window smokes, obviously popularized by Big all those years ago, that the fast crossover can support our partners while you're doing it.
Yeah, up to 130 euros on a welcome deposit bonus. That's a welcome sign here for the ITB side. Only 1 rifle brought forward into this round. They did buy up, given their economy was in a weird spot, but Volt's 1 rifle getting that kill does make it a little bit more trying now for NIP on this mid control. Rez was even tagged up trying to venture into the B-bomb site, so it's not healthy signs. Surely you don't lose another round like this.
You'd hope so, at the very least, not this close to it. The problem is with this 5-man crunch that's just getting ready to squeeze down. Volt will come through with another double. 3 in total. This is already a disaster. And I don't think NIP have got the ability to manage it at all.
More rifles and an AWP in Cypher's hands as well. That is the worst case scenario. Everything they need. The flash even dodged, but Volt, it's only damage. Brolin able to come ahead out in the duel, but they've still got control of the bomb.
And look, they might not have armor on any one of these players, but I don't think it'll matter all too much. Brolin and Rez are incredibly low. You've got Cypher and an op. And on top of it all, Rollin is coming in from behind towards A. And Cypher looks away! And now it's all open. They need to go over towards the B-bomb set as well. The question is, does Rollin play it patiently and actually just try and prevent the crossover? That's what he needs to do at this stage. Rez will be cut out with a knife in his hand. And now as Rollin looks to turn away, he knows what Brolin was initially. Brolin cannot pursue. He's recognized it. Another round for NIP. Given up.
2 on 4. Still not enough. They just can't keep getting away with it. It's a mad thing. Oh, as well, small gap in the connector smoke does find the kill, and Volt as well realizing that he's been spotted on the jump peak, but what is that entry from Brolin? So quick out of the apartments, and on his descent finds the headshot. They've got the B bomb site, lock and key.
Was that mid-air shot?
Kinda seemed like it.
Hold the point, because Thomas has actually moved all the way into the site. Well, won't actually get anything from it, but at least he's got the footwork. Oh, Cypher. Yeah. No shot.
Man, just toying with them. Far more aggressive in middle. Swinging off of short and doing so double, but they were heard. There were players in the underpass, and Crucial has been sussed out. Just jumping over onto the open. The flashes don't do a whole lot of anything, but Volt does get overwhelmed. So what started off as a one-man advantage is now made still one, but does stretch out the defenses here of ITB. And inside the smoke, oh, Rowland doesn't look like he's ready for this.
Roland is just fighting away, though. Doesn't want to contend with Rez at all in the position.
Gotta be suspicious of it now.
Defending the B-bomb site's going to be so difficult if Roland doesn't get the skill immediately, though. And it's Cypher actually instead to find the frag, and that means Roland can also start to rotate away. Grenade is going to be good. Roland will be held off by a grenade, and the shot behind it, head trick, wasn't even the intended recipient of that package.
That's excellent stuff there from Cypher, and it's actually... Next round won't be the best, but they can maybe half should they concede this one. Ooh, Molly missed. That's not great, but in towards the palace position. Brolin was so prepared for it. Just a hairline angle, and Thomas is already taken out. Crucial even chased after him, but Brolin just vacated so quick.
Volt is going to be the player this time left for some sort of heroics through short. I like the fact that into the region their anchors are actually pushing forward into short even in the mid round, but can Volt find anything? Rollins already gone down. Alexi B, the amount of damage he's finding through connector is insane. Now the Molotov as well to finish off Cypher. Crucial's the only one left alive, and honestly Alexi's been such a crucial part of their offense and just isolating that connector player.
Yeah, been very aggressive, and I feel like it's not really his typical play style, but given that they've met some difficulties, he's been inserting himself more and more in front of the pack. Creates so much room for the rest of the...
Nuke.
On like one map, on Nuke, yeah. But now it feels like we get more of a performance from him across the map pool. Maybe not as to the same extremes, but seems to have found more of a place for himself. What if that has anything to do with micromanaging a little less? Feels like a team that he doesn't do as much of that with.
I don't know. I think it's definitely got to be better than what it was back with OG, right? You know, you had some players like Issa and whatnot and Montu switching over roles to an opera.
Yeah.
You know, with that team, I think it makes sense micromanaging them. But yeah, you're right. Over here, probably not.
A lot of teaching, a lot of undefined positions.
A lot of face palming.
Maybe a bit. Quite nicely.
Good night. Patrick's going to be feeling a little bit less confident about this push, and actually he's being pushed in upon as well, and this could be massive if they hadn't stopped aggressing through. Thomas's demise initially from Rez getting aggressive early on means that they do hesitate, and Hedrick's given time to reset and train his scope out for the push.
Rowland's still stuck around, and actually he's going to insert himself into the underpass. Doesn't escape through connector, and he had more than enough time to do so, so I wonder whether or not they're even going to anticipate this.
Volt gets aggressive over here. Brolin is able to catch him out, and that actually sets up Brolin very nicely for stopping what could be a B-sided finish. The problem is that Rez has, in the meanwhile, taken a chance to aggress all the way through into A. And now, there is the call that it might be an A-side finish regardless. But the question is, does Crucial find the frag or not? Crucial will be able to get the kill. And with this, it's all down to Rollin.
Oh my
Rollin's
God.
got 1, Rollin's got 2, and Rollin might have just saved the day. They don't know how he got there at all, but they're going to be figuring it out very soon. Crucial as well. Waits for Brolin to get aggressive. Brolin spotted. And Rollin has been a man on a mission.
Expected this game to play out. Expecting a close contest, but often known for robust Counter-Strike, the lot of them. And it has been... I mean, it hasn't been that in this series.
Oh no, Cypher's going to be caught out of a hair. Rollin, though, is there to cover him off. Actually spams inside, expecting leikkeet to be nearby, who's been such a nightmare. Even gets Cypher another kill, who goes aggressively. Config taking the duel with Rollin inside the flames. Feels like that might have actually been what gives it up and over. Brolin, again, looking to get the better of Volt.
And he is going to reflank through the underpass. This will be at a very fast timing, one that Nip might not anticipate.
He's being slow about it, though, and both players will have to drop down. Remember, Brolin is the one with the bomb. Volt is
they don't know.
Again. And now that the smoke's finally been used, he will be able to start to make a play. Crucial's going for the short jump over and will be able to find it successfully. A flashbang that's failed. Brolin's going to be regretting that one. But a second will be able to actually give him information. Brolin's position was given up earlier on. Regardless, Volt needs to start to aggress soon. Otherwise, Brolin's going to get a freebie. Brolin, though, finds him in the drop down. Crucial. All alone. A 1-on-2. Going to be spotted out by Config soon as well. And so many small timings that have gone awry to the point where Crucial will not even look to contest. It started off with a mistake from Rollin trying to face down against Config. In through the Molotov in the advantage, but it ends with Volt just back and forth, making timing error after timing error.
Yeah, I mean, to think that NIP just for the Into the Breach side, as much as I might have my small biases, there is some balance. Crucial, though, aggressive towards middle. Config. Oh, wow. Headshot angle, and Crucial gets floored. Are they done making mistakes and losing out man advantages? Oh, the tag from Headtrick doesn't finish off Cypher, and he just sticks around to take that duel. No one else swinging with him. Config lining up utility.
Rollin's been given 3 smokes to work with so far, and Config, when he actually finds him, the gap. And the gap that he realizes, he can just spam through it and trace him down. Still, a player in window and 1 in ladder room is not an easy route to get past, especially when Cypher finds another frag. Config and will have to be so diligent in clearing this, but he's looking for the vertical angle and it's back to an advantage of 3-on-2 once again. Cypher out in the open. If he'd had an AK, that was a very dead res. Instead, a longer lease on life given up, and Volt will be trying to move through with the AK now recovered. Thomas has got one of his own as well. They're doubling up and trying to accelerate when they are together. Before that, completely static from Volt. 2 flashes available for Thomas. Will he be looking to use them, or do they rely on the element of surprise? Brolin's the only one with really any HP to work off of a overhead flash to try and go in with. Rez has been lined up for the quick kill onto Volt, and Thomas all alone. A 1-on-2 bomb planted for both of the remaining NIP players, and the 9th round has been guaranteed.
So well done in that 2v2. Brolin being the first to face, given that he was high HP, and then just taking control of the bomb site.
Into the breach, think this is going to be a little bit of a fake potentially, because there's slightly staggered peaks to come through. Rather, NIP. God, I'm messing up the 3-letter names, Michael. Brolin. Traded out soon after. Config is the one who's actually coming in, but Headtrick's being isolated. Not before he gets a kill, though. Rez as well. Long range from Market. Will respond.
1v3 for Thomas. And there is no kit available here for NIP. Config up close and personal, and Thomas will miss his one chance for an isolated frag. It will be an NIP pistol round 1. And, before this map, before we were even live, it was kind of reminiscing with you about, some of the wins that NIP have on this map. One of them was have some difficulties yet to be illuminated, and we may have to wait even longer, given the fact that NIP won the pistol.
While I'm with you, Michael, they did also 8-0 ends on the CT side. So, let's see which snip turns up, is the big question.
Yeah.
Rez, certainly inclining over to the end side of things, but Cypher and Volt have both actually struck true and bring it back to a 4v2. The bomb's been dropped, and Headtrick is the man to do it all on his own. It's actually crucial as well, caught between too many players. Alexi found out, but Headtrick's taken the time to do some finding out of his own. Both players full HP, M4 in the hands of either. Cypher trying to peek out, and he'll win out the duel. Headtrick gives Oh dear. Well, that's a 4-3 moment right there. Rollin is able to get the trades out though. 2 frags for him found. Whereas as well to take an E.
I think Alexi was still on the ladder, man.
Oh, that's what you said, what to. I thought you were just saying what to the fact that he...
Did see him, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think he one-clicked him from the ladder. That, I don't know.
Bullet's got to go somewhere, as we found out with Brolin's jumping AK shot.
Yep. And also coldzera's up, and...
Mirage really does have some sort of magnetic property to it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Who was it that jumped out of apps and killed someone short with 1 bullet? Oh, it annoyed me that.
Wasn't that... Oh, I know. That's Exile.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember. I caught you, Michael.
So many jumping plays.
Gosh, actually, that was one of the sickest shots I've literally ever seen in my life.
It's so ridiculous.
That was even better than the coldzera one. Just didn't win him a major.
Yeah, where some teams have struggled to even get to majors. NIP didn't struggle to get there, but didn't make it very deep in the tournament like many would have expected. Well.
And of course, in the meanwhile, since we do have an eco, should remind everyone, don't forget, we do also have partners over at Hellcase, so you guys can go check those out if you want to go to the Best Cases website that there is, and just be sure to be responsible about how you go about those things.
As I see that smoke in the underpass, I did realize that there was one player nearby, but Config won't stick around to find out. With the good, there is also sometimes the bad. Headtrick plucked out from top stairs, hunting for an opening duel. Config will take the AWP instead. We've seen these man advantages actually be converted by the team that finds the opening pick. These 5-on-4s are looking good, mighty juicy. Rez doing some damage, but again, they're not counting their chickens before they hatch. They're not overstaying their welcome.
Config. Man, just always a reminder that Config secondary back in those Dignitas/North days was such a menace to be dealt with as well. I was occasionally getting Config to put up that double up at times.
It's equal numbers, and they've crept out towards Tetris. Nobody's spotted for this. Alexi B only holding for Palace, but now the Molotov will give up the game. The Molly, Brolan will not be funneled back by any of that util, so his nook and small cranny is all he needs. The tags through the wall will not convert, but Alexi finally dealt with 2-on-3, and no real time to fumble around here. They have to try and get that planted, but Config missed the shot, but finds the follow-up. Brolan didn't wait as well. As soon as that may accelerate the schedule here for Into the Breach to perform this execute. You see them grouped up over that A site, and they're going to try and put Rez under some pressure alongside Brolan.
Completely flashed out, Rez. Oh, Cypher's not even looking towards him at all. He's so reliant on the flashbangs actually working out. He didn't think there would be a player there. They've already lost everyone by the time
reinforce that position, but you have to clear the site. You know, that's... I guess Cypher is really just hoping that he can go by undetected or somehow Siphon rotates. Doesn't work out. NIP are that much closer to the finish line. Headtrick, 1 kill, and Rez, it's simple pickings towards the bottom side of Connector. This time pistols will not strike for any damage whatsoever. Not even a lick done onto any of these NIP players. In fact, it will be flawless. No damage, no chances.
Good for the ninjas. Okay, I get it. Brolin's the MVP. Well. Actually, starting off very strong. 2 great entries found through Thomas and Volt. And Volt's actually gone for more. Now, Neb do have money to buy up in the next few rounds as well, right? The cushion is more than enough, but question remains, how much do you want to let ITB push you?
Yeah, and how replicatable is this? You know, we see some nice opening kills, sure, but it feels like it just simply cascades on top of NIP before they can get a handle on what's going on. ITB are just continually taking space, finding kill after kill, and every time they looked one direction, they had to suddenly be concerned about another as well. Rez has secured some safety in his exit, but he's now, I think, a little too close to this bomb for him to feel safe in spawn, and so has to try and make his way out. Will succeed in doing exactly that. Molotov down, and just far enough away that his health will stay afloat. He's on
opportunity where it will be difficult to actually make their way onto it. Brolin, playing up close to the palace, has a straight 1v1 that Volt is unlikely to be ready for. As the peak will start to come through, Brolin will aggress. Volt will find him. Brolin, though, has got backup. Head trick to find Cypher. In the meanwhile, he is smoked off. The grenade will do very little. And in the meanwhile, the utility for the T's has run dry. They're using this time to plant the bomb in, but the retake will be on very soon. Config drops down from Ticket Booth. Doesn't get much information for his troubles either. Rez coming through in from Connector, while Alexei is very concerned about the fact that there could be someone in the apartments. Remember, this is a double op retake, not the easiest thing in the world to try and commit to. And as the peek from Thomas comes through, guarantees another frag. Head trick will once again be on the refrag as well. Rollin out wide in the open will be discovered by Alexei, Volt, and Crucial, the only ones left alive. Crucial to try and swing out from the back lines. The bomb is not planted in for him. Volt will have to swing out wide, and he's not going to find the diffuser. Nip, take it home. Courtesy of where the bomb was planted.
Yeah, Crucial thought he might have had an angle on the catwalk flank, but just couldn't get there in time. NIP had the numbers, and honestly, what a commendable effort there from Headtrick to have brought things back into a contestable position for NIP. If not for him, I think the CT side could have certainly crumbled to its knees, but, you know, between